Hi, this is Rob Malloy. I'm just going to walk you through the setup of a ANPR or Tattile camera. So the Tattile camera is a camera that mounts on the bottom, would normally go on a light bar or could go on a tripod. It would allow you to mount the camera outside. When you get it out of the box, there is a cap that needs to be removed, which accesses or allows us to access the connector. We do have patch cables, so the Tomahawk patch cable allows us to test this device. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this patch cable. Generally, patch cables or the connectors are towards the middle, but in this particular case, this patch cable is set up such that the connector points out. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and we're going to connect it. Now, on the patch cable, patch cable has one end which could be plugged into a computer for a wired connection, but we're going to configure this as a wireless or through the wireless interface. And then the other wires on this are the alligator clips that allow us to have power. So the alligator clips we're just going to connect to this power supply. So this power supply is going to act like a battery, so it offers 12 to 15 volts with up to 2 amps. So we're just going to plug that into there and plug this end onto here. And once we've done that, let's make sure that the positive and negative leads don't touch each other. We're just going to simply turn on the power supply. Now, when we turn on the power supply, obviously we're applying power to this camera. The camera is going to boot, and as part of its boot process, what it's going to do is it's going to bring up a wireless access point. That wireless access point is how we're going to program this device. So through a general or through a regular web browser, you can program the camera, but first we need to connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot that it's going to offer us. So if we go on our computer, and through the computer we look for an ANPR network, and we can see that one has been created here. Each camera start off with ANPR and then a hyphen and then some random number. So every camera directly out of the box should be offering that as its access point. So on the computer, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that and connect. And then in a couple of seconds, what happens is we're actually going to be connected to this camera to allow us to do the programming. So now if I go back to my web browser, by default, these cameras out of the box have an address of 192.168.150.1, and we need to connect to port 1080 because that's the connectivity or the connection that's necessary for us to gain access to the device. We know that we've been successful when we're presented with the login box, and again, out of the box, fresh factory install, it should be super user. And once we log in that should give us access then to set up all of the parameters for the Tattile camera. And that would be, the general network settings as well as any of the other fine-tuning for events and whatnot. Thanks for watching.